Is the Bitcoin and crypto bull run over now, or are the green candles still coming? Bitcoin at $200,000, is that possible? And buying Bitcoin for $1? All of that and much more here in the video. Hey, welcome to the Crypto Owl. Yeah, exciting times right now. The market is so divided, and you can also see here with me there have been fewer videos. I got hit too. Influencer B, it wasn't enough for A, but at least A, B category, influencer. But crypto influencers aren't really in the A league anyway. For sure, I'm still coughing a bit. I think anyone who follows my daily shorts might have seen it too. There were a few coughs in there too. There were a few where my voice was a bit off. But you can find that on our social media platforms and of course here on YouTube. Feel free to check it out. And we've been new on TikTok for 4 weeks and have already gathered a few followers. I'm very surprised. How crazy is that? Yes. And of course the question keeps coming up, even when there aren't any regular videos. I'm always open to chats and I keep getting requests and emails and so on. And right now, the most common question is simply, Stefan, what do you think? Bitcoin bull run, it's over, right? Is it over or... That's over now? Yes, we definitely need to dive into that and we're going straight in. We're going to talk about Bitcoin first. Let's check out what's going on there. Then, there's this big question, Bitcoin for $1. What's that all about? We'll clarify that right away. And then we'll take another look at the entire crypto market. So, let's get started. The video on the topic of Bitcoin, and first, I put out a short about that. And I'd like to quickly go over it with you so that we're all on the same page before we talk about anything. So, that's the current situation. And then let's take a look at the very latest. That's the short from 2 days ago. Bitcoin is already struggling around $100,000. Is the bull run of 2025 already over? The hope for a higher Bitcoin price over 100,000. Even heading towards 200,000 is fading more and more. That's currently the case because the price is stagnating and not going up any further. The Bitcoin reserve in the USA could change everything. Meanwhile, more and more states are really advocating for a Bitcoin reserve or are absolutely in favor of it and want to implement it, at least in their own state. New money for the market could come from the 18th. February is when new money will come into the market because the bankrupt FTX will be paying out its customers. Buying Bitcoin early, that's everyone's dream, at least in hindsight. And MEXC did a great street survey about that. And what would you have done? Would you really have bought Bitcoin in 2011 or would you have done what you actually did? Did you know that in 2010 there was a site where you could get 5 Bitcoin with just 1 click? Today they are worth $483,000. Just go ahead and think about what kind of option Bitcoin and the internet have behind them. Then you can actually see that we are currently stuck in the internet of 1999 and Bitcoin even has a few more users than the internet did back in 1999. And here we are in this curve in the year 2023. That means we are still facing a big wave of adoption. And Bitcoin could be more efficient and attract more users than the internet. So, welcome to the discussion. Yes or no? Write your opinion in the comments after you have this information. Feature, that's exactly how it looks. And yes, that's how it is. An impression of how the shorts work and what's going on right now. As I said, there are a few. Feel free to check that out. Also here, as I said, you can find them on YouTube. In any case, we are all on the same page. And to be on the same page, let's check the chart again. And yes, it looks like this in the last few days. We're here on the daily chart. Guys, we're here on the daily. It was just 4 days of nothing. It was just no man's land. It's only logical that nothing is happening on Twitter, or rather X. That nothing is happening on the Telegram channels or groups. It's only logical. It was just 4 days of nothing. Yes, the price went up, it went down, and at the end of the day, it was just hanging around there. We just had 4 days of a standstill. So, nothing was happening at all. And that obviously means that no one is really interested in the crypto market right now. Today, there's a positive sign again. Why? How come? Of course, we're happy to dive into that. First of all, of course, the big question is, why is that? Yes, Donald Trump obviously started this trade war. Here, tomorrow. So it won't take long. It's coming. Soon, 9th February, that was yesterday. That means this afternoon. This announcement is coming, and specifically, 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum. And that's very likely to happen worldwide. So, he really wants to do what everyone has been saying. And I've said it again and again in our free Telegram group. I'm trying to keep politics out of it as much as possible. But right now, it's just not possible because US politics is the most important topic of all. To make bigger, jumps up and get a boost no matter if it's the high interest rates. When interest rates are lowered or the money printing machine is turned on, it will... These are all important topics. When all of this happens, then everything will go up. And this trade war that's currently being unleashed because of Donald Trump, since he wants to make America self-reliant, he wants to impose tariffs on all countries and say, look, America, you can only help yourselves, then produce it yourselves, whatever. And it's not like you have to import steel with the 25% tariffs from other countries. Will steel become cheaper in the country again? In comparison, so yes, in America, steel might be a bit more expensive than in Europe or China, but with the 25% tariffs, it will be cheaper again. So just buy domestically. So he actually wants to isolate America and say we can do everything on our own. What many people in other countries like Germany actually wish for is when you ask, why are we buying all the medications from China? We could produce it ourselves, but let's leave that topic. Definitely, as I said, I keep saying it, I'm trying to keep it out, I'm saying it again. Actually, a telegram every week, really, but it's not possible, so we have to pay attention to politics. In any case, this trade war is obviously depressing the mood, and we have seen that here. Here, the first tariffs were just imposed. Now China has also imposed tariffs, by the way. Funny fun fact, China is lifting tariffs on US products, and if you take a look at what China imports from the US, it's a joke, like it's hardly anything. That's why everyone reacted, oh no, now China has also imposed punitive tariffs on the USA. Yes, but China produces everything themselves anyway. They hardly import anything, so it was actually irrelevant. But let's check out what's currently happening with the topic of Bitcoin reserves, and that's an important topic. In fact, 27 US states have already introduced bills regarding Bitcoin and digital assets. There's also the topic of Bitcoin reserves for the individual states, or rather, they're putting pressure on the US government saying, look, we think Bitcoin reserves are a good idea. Meanwhile, the big topic is not just about Bitcoin reserves anymore. The discussion is kept very open. Of course, you do that as a crypto reserve so that you can discuss it and maybe end up concluding that, look, the only really good asset might just be Bitcoin, which is why it's more of a Bitcoin reserve. That's why we have this big topic. Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, was with Trump and so on. Everyone immediately says, yeah, the crypto market, here Solana, XRP, Cardano, because Hoskinson is also involved with the charts. Vitalik Buterin is cool with Eric Trump anyway. It will all work out. They all come in as a strategic reserve. Not just Bitcoin, but also the crypto market. But I still believe that the discourse remains open, saying, look, all options are on the table. And in the end, they will decide on a Bitcoin reserve. And that's how it currently looks when you look into the states. As I said, these are draft laws. For the most part, they haven't even been voted on yet. But the whole topic is moving forward. So a Bitcoin reserve in 2025 is definitely still realistic, but I don't think it will happen before summer, more likely after summer. So we should be very curious about that. Then we saw that Michael Saylor renamed MicroStrategy. In strategy, you actually pronounce the B now, but not really. So I would almost always pronounce it like Strategy B, just sounds way cooler than just strategy. Michael Saylor with strategy. Yeah, which strategy are we talking about? Yeah, here's the strategy. Yeah, but what strategy does he have now? Yeah, his company strategy. Yeah, and what strategy does it have? So, yeah, I would have called it Strategy B. I think that's pretty cool. It's in the logo, but the name only says strategy. He has once again added to his holdings and bought more. And actually, 7,633 Bitcoin worth $742 million US dollars. So he keeps adding more, but he's also building products around Bitcoin. And yes, can you call it leverage? And one person says he's leveraging his Bitcoin by building products on it. I would simply say he's using Bitcoin as a raw material and building products on it. I think that's how you can put it. Then, a really exciting topic, and that is Japan. Japan lifts the ban on Bitcoin ETFs and lowers taxes. From 55% on the crypto market, which is extremely high, down to 20%. So, a 35% reduction in taxes is something you would wish for on your wages in Germany as well. But a different topic, this is really crazy, you have to say, on top of that, Japan has classified Bitcoin as a financial product, meaning as a security. So, with a Bitcoin ETF that will most likely be coming to Japan, because that's what it looks like right now, it can then be traded on the exchanges. So, a Bitcoin spot ETF in Japan is just around the corner. And that's definitely a positive sign. That's why I'm really curious about what else is coming our way. This time around, it's all about Bitcoin. So, A lot is happening here, but maybe not so much that's driving the price up, rather just what's currently going on. And this news from Japan, I would say, is also the green candle we're seeing here today. That's why a lot is happening with Bitcoin. Now let's check out the crypto market. But first the question, Bitcoin for the $1? Yes, that works. Hold on tight. And MEXC has started a call for action. So an ad at this point, buy Bitcoin for $1. That works with MEXC. No joke? Let's take a look at the whole thing. MEXC has the trendiest tokens and the lowest fees, just as they say. The fees are really extremely low, and they have now listed over 2,600 cryptocurrencies on the market. And they listen a lot every day. Yes, and they have a promotion going on. It's running for another 2 days. Feel free to check it out if you're interested. And that means buying Bitcoin for $1. Sounds crazy, and it really is crazy. So you can take this opportunity buying Bitcoin for $1. You trade a bit, and then you get these tickets here. You have to meet certain requirements regarding trading volume and so on. Then there are a lot of tickets, and then you can turn this, and then you get merchandise, dollars, and so on. But also Bitcoin for $1, crazy promotion. Let's dive in. What is MEXC? At MEXC, there are events every day. Here is the event center. Only today, we're only going into their events today. Take a look at this. So now we're already at tomorrow. Crazy. There are a lot of events you can take advantage of here. For example, if you're trading futures here, there are additional bonuses. So sign up, 10% cashback with the link in the video description. All these bonuses, Bitcoin for $1. Here are these bonus vouchers, all these events. And of course, you can just buy spot. You can buy spot in the crypto market here. For example, here, Supra or this card that was listed today. Maybe you noticed that, by the way, we're currently at futures, not at spot. Here we are at spot. Today, the Central African Republic CISA token was listed and immediately dropped because it's easier to take profits on the exchange. So, meme token on the Solana blockchain. That means it came out last night and was listed in the morning. So, with MEXC, you get access really quickly. At the same time, there are 0 fees here. We also have a little bonus there. We can take a look at that right now. Certain crypto markets are currently at 0% fees. So MEXC is really a great exchange. Feel free to check it out and remember the cashback. Because you can only get it with the link in the pinned comment when you register there. 10% cashback on all the fees you pay at MEXC. Although, there are really only a few. But a little bit of that comes back. And you support our work. In this sense, check out MEXC. At the end of the video, we'll take another look at what's happening in the crypto market. Besides Bitcoin, there are, of course, other crypto markets. And it's a bit, curious right now because, Solana has risen a bit this morning due to the meme token. The Central African Republic token, that's clear. People have started buying Solana again, wanting to be part of this hype, which makes total sense, that's clear. Many were expecting Doge, especially after Elon Musk got involved with it in the government, so Department of Government Efficiency, short Doge, that it will be successful now. And then Doge will take off. We haven't seen that. There are still people who claim, now's the time to buy Doge, especially if it really starts to make the rounds. But what's interesting is that when you look at them side by side, Cardano and Doge look quite similar in the charts. Not much is happening right now because charts. Hoskinson also had the big announcement about the topic. I met with Trump and we're building something there. And so far, nothing has come of it. Brad Garlinghouse talks about XRP, and nothing much has come of that. But the hype, we've seen it here. It's actually been consistent across the board, this big candle. XRP has definitely taken a hit here because, of course, the advertising drum was beaten. But right now, not much is really happening. And we can see that here too, Tron is still being used as a network. And there are always speculations around Tron about who they are working with. And Justin Sun, he has a few dollars. And he also keeps pushing that out around his project. And he's pushing certain cryptocurrencies as well. Otherwise, let's be honest, not much is happening right now. We're seeing these days, or rather the last few days of Bitcoin reflected in almost all charts. What's interesting right now is what's happening with Ethereum. I'm very surprised because if we look at the gas prices, they're up here. The gas prices have been extremely low in the last few days. So there was hardly anything transferred with Ethereum. Not much was happening. And that also led to many companies being declared dead, to be honest. And this declaration of being dead has led to many short positions being established. And these are extremely high, and indeed speculators have built the largest short positions in history. I also shared it in our Telegram group. There's also the source for where all this comes from. So, there are currently a lot of short positions, and that definitely causes, no question about it. If Ethereum should rise now, that means Ethereum wants to rise, then you first have to reduce this short position or get liquidated. So it's getting pretty difficult for Ethereum to rise if it wants to keep climbing up from here. So This short position, if we look at the 3-month chart, we can see it very clearly, especially this drop on the 3rd. February, it's currently very difficult for eFirm. Because yeah, you dream of the $5,000, but let's take a look at that. In December, that was the last peak at 4,078. Yeah, you actually want to hit the $5,000 mark, but right now we're back under $3,000. So eFirm is having a pretty tough time right now. Few transactions, massive short positions. Yes, and that naturally leads to the price moving downwards. So overall, things are a bit quiet right now, but I stand by it. The crypto bull run of 2025 is not over yet. Right now, this topic of trade war is really hitting the markets hard. If you take a look at the stock market, it's not all that rosy right now. And this week, we also have a lot of internet companies releasing their quarterly results as well as their annual financial statements for 2024. So, there are a lot of numbers coming our way that could stir things up a bit in the stock market. And we all know that the S&P 500 and Bitcoin are somewhat correlated with each other. And that could, of course, also influence the Bitcoin chart a bit. So, we should be very curious to see how the week unfolds and what's happening right now. We've seen that this trade war has also dragged the S&P 500 down. But he has started off well. If we look at the hourly chart, it started off positively. That also meant that Bitcoin started off positively, even though it had that red candle coming in. But in the daily chart, we can already see that today was a positive day, with Bitcoin now zoomed in a bit more than before. Exactly. That's how it is. Feel free to share your opinions on this topic in the comments. Check out our Telegram group. It's free. Check out MEXC, Bitcoin for $1. So, if someone manages to buy that, please let us know. That would be really awesome, even though I can understand if someone doesn't want to admit they have it. Yeah. Feel free to write in the comments, like the video, it helps the algorithm, and of course follow us for much more. You've seen that we're active on many social platforms, and now we're also on TikTok, so if you're active on TikTok, you can find us there as well, covering the crypto market daily. Active. In that sense, I want to say thank you very much for watching. Feel free to share your opinion in the comments. I'm repeating myself, and until the next video,